As I walk through the valley of the shadow of stats, I take a look at my math and realize it's not correct. The highs and hoes and the P's too low. I think I'm going nuts with all these things to know. But I ain't never failed a test that Mrs. Corr gave me. Not because I studied, it was just too easy. Counting all this money, gotta find the average. Well, hold on, homie, gotta eat this cabbage. If it's too low, you must reject the no. If you wanna pass, get it through your skull. We got the IQR, the mean and mode. You gotta use all these to break statistics code.
I'm doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise.
Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't ever get a fight. I was destined for a 3, so I gotta be down with starving for a fight. Too much time spent studying, so failure won't fly. I'm an educated kid and I'm ready to shine. Got my calc in my hand and I'm ready to touch the purple packet I'm using, but I ain't ever abusing. All the stats right now has my mind confusing. Mrs. Corr, I'm waiting for you to teach me this. Instead, we playing games like why you so promiscuous. I just turned 18, half is 9, so come on, Mrs. Corr, and do it for the vine.
Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise.
Power in the money, money in the power. Minute after minute and hour after hour. Everybody's testing, but half ain't passing. I know my stats though, so at this test I'm laughing. They say I gotta learn, and Miss Corr will teach me. If I don't understand it, Jessie knows where to reach me. I wanna tell Jessie, I think her hair's nice, but for now, I'm living in her statistics paradise.
Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise. Been doing stats all night, living in Mrs. Corr's paradise.
Doris!
Where's Doris?
Woo!
Doris!
Period 2, what up?
We love you, Jessie!
Period 2 represent.
Alright.